We are coming to you from USA LaField, where tonight Comcast Sportsnet Plus presents White Sox baseball. It's Juan Pierre, Omar Vizquel, Mark Kotsay and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Manny Acta's Cleveland Indians. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson, as we get set to bring you the final series of the season. As you know, we just concluded that four-game set with Boston, where the Red Sox won Game 1, our Sox won Game 2, 3, and 4. So the Sox come in at 86 and 73, 13 games over. And tonight, a bunch of youngsters in that lineup.
Well, you always want to finish strong, but it's good to take a look at some of the young players. And Diaz is in the lineup. Flowers is in the lineup. You got Lillibridge in it. You got Viciedo in it tonight. And so it's a night of looking ahead to the future. Morel's going to play third base, and he's got a good shot next spring at securing that position. You want to get a chance to see him against a tough right-hander, and that's Fausto Carmona. He is very tough in 6-3 lifetime against the Sox. Tony Pena going to the mound at 5-2, and he's been a pretty good story because he's getting his third start. He's thrown awfully well. But the story tonight are the young kids and just exactly what next year is going to look like. Hawk, we're going to see a little bit of it tonight.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
White Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Member owned means our reason for being is your well-being. Experience wellness everywhere. And by AT&T. Rethink possible.
Seen the Indians for the first of three. Welcome back to the broadcast. Chuck Garfien here with pitching coach Don Cooper. Coop, final weekend of the season. Sum up the job that your pitching staff has done, starting with the rotation. What do you think as we get to the final days?
I think of it as a team thing, you know, and right now, looking back on the year for me, we didn't have enough going for ourselves in April, May, and probably most of June, and that would be collectively as a team. Put it all together, played great baseball for a long time, and then we kind of lost that mojo again, and I think we lost it. I look back at the Baltimore series. When we were on the road, we didn't play well in Baltimore, and then we kind of hit the skids a little bit. They weren't playing at the same level of baseball. I also look at our division play. We did not get it done in the division. Did not get it done head-to-head against the Twins. I don't think we lost it. I think they beat us. I think that, right now, you got to look at they're the better team from this year. They went out there and achieved and reached their first goal, and we didn't.
Tony Pena pitches here tonight. Is he somebody who you think could potentially have a spot in this rotation next season?
If Jake Peavy's not healthy at the start, he's the most likely guy on hand to get that opportunity. Again, the improvement of his changeup, is great. He shaved 6 miles off the chain. It's now a legitimate off-speed pitch. And he's got experience, so yeah, he's the guy on hand that I personally would consider to man that spot. Until Jake is ready. Now if Jake is ready come spring training, pleasant surprise. Pleasant surprise. This is an uncharted waters. Nobody's had this. I'm going to go into it thinking he's not going to be ready, and if he is, that's fantastic. But if not, Tony would probably be that spot, and then you could move him back to the bullpen. Other things have to happen. There's so many questions that Kenny and the front office is going to be addressing. On who's back, where we head, and what's going on. What's our team going to look like? Chris Sale. He could start too, if necessary. I mean, if all the guys that we just talked about are back and healthy, I see Chris Sale as being a very important addition to our team out of the bullpen.
Going to be an interesting offseason for sure.
Sure is.
Don Cooper, thank you very much. Hawk and Steve standing by for the call. It's the White Sox and Indians, and it is up next on Comcast Sportsnet.
It was a beautiful night for baseball. A little bit warmer than it was supposed to be at this point. And this series seemingly doesn't mean a great deal. However, it does to the guy who is managing the Chicago White Sox, Ozzie Guillen. If the Sox take 2 of 3 from the Indians, it'll mean that he'll end this season right on the nose at 600 wins. And he would certainly love to do that. That being said, you've got to get by a very tough pitcher tonight in Fausto Carmona, and he's going to do it with a whole lot of kids in his lineup. So this is how Manny Acta is going to line up with his Cleveland Indians. It's going to be Brantley leading off in center field, then Cabrera, Chu, Hafner the DH with Nix, Crow, Laporta, Valbuena, and Lou Marson catching behind the plate. Look at the White Sox defense and how they'll line up behind Tony Pena, left to right, Pierre, Diaza, and Tien. In the infield, Morel, Vizquel, Lillibridge, and Viciedo at first base tonight, with Tyler Flowers behind the plate. And the Toyota starting pitcher is Tony Pena. This is his 3rd start of the year, his 52nd appearance, a fine record of 5-2. Anytime he's been asked to go long in a game, he's done just that. 65 degrees tonight with 48% humidity. The wind out of the southwest, 5 to 10 miles an hour. It is a bit cloudy. Not all that cool for this time of year, but cool enough. And the umpires behind the plate, Corey Blazer. At first, Dan Iasonia. At second, John Tampani. And Jerry Meals is at third. So Pena continues to throw. Tyler Flowers guns it down to second base. We've got a good portion of the Kitty Corps in the lineup tonight, and it should be an interesting game. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet Plus. So happy you could join us for the first of this final three-game series of the 2010 season. Michael Brantley, 23-year-old center fielder, gets set to lead it off against our 28-year-old right-hander, Tony Pena. Brantley hitting at 241. Takes first pitch strike, says Corey Blazer. Indians come in hitting at 248 as a club with a 4.28 team ERA. They are 30-48 on the road and 38-43 at home. Couldn't tell it by us, though, the way they have played us. We won the last 4 games between these two clubs, and yet we are still 7-8 against the Tribe on the season. Bunts it, pops it foul, and the count 1-2.
Well, they've got 3 speed guys in the lineup. One of them is Michael Brantley. We've got some of the CC Sabathia trade in the lineup with Brantley along with Laporta, both of them coming over from the Milwaukee Brewers, and the deal that sent Sabathia to them only see him go on as a free agent to the New York Yankees.
And that's a fair ball right down the line. So he's going to start it off with a double. That's his 8th two-bagger.
I think given a shot, Brantley is going to be a very good major leaguer. Viciedo not that far off the line, but he can't get to this one. You see Dan Iasonia motioning fair all the way. It rattles around for a while, and the Indians started off in pretty good shape.
So here's Asdrubal Cabrera, switch hitting shortstop. Asdrubal hitting 270, 3 homers. He's driven in 27.
A little bit better hitter from the left side. All of his power, and it's not much, but all of it comes from the left side.
Takes that pitch up and in.
There you look at the disparity between the two sides. Cabrera, a very good player. Had to play second base while Johnny Peralta was serving at shortstop, but Peralta's with Detroit, and Cabrera's still here.
And there's another double. So very quickly it is 1-0 Cleveland. That's the 16th two-bagger for Cabrera.
And RBI number 28 in an injury-plagued season for Cabrera. Two hitters, 2 doubles. This is a fastball right down the middle. And Tony's using a bit too much of the plate in the early going. And the 2 left-handers have made him pay. And now Cleveland's best hitter coming up.
Shin-Soo Choo, 28-year-old outfielder. Hitting at 298, 21 homers, and 88 driven in. Very similar to his numbers of last year. Last year, he hit 300, hit 20 homers, and drove in 86.
Many active believes that he is going to be a 30-30 man. And you can see he's not that far off either of those marks, although the power number is going to have to pick up some.
And that is chopped foul.
Pretty good numbers hitting with runners in scoring position. He was a pitcher. Was timed at upwards of 95 miles an hour. had Tommy John surgery, shifted to the outfield. Still has a great arm, very accurate, and he can really hit.
He can really play.
Yes,
everything.
Sir.
That ball is killed. And it's out of here. So 2 doubles and a 2-run homer. And it's 3-0 try. That's just a rocket. He bow and arrowed that one out of here.
He's now driven in 90 on his 22nd home run. This looks like a breaking ball down and out over the plate. And Chu hit a line drive rocket out of the park. So 3 hitters, 3 rockets, and 3-0.
That'll bring up to the DH Travis Hafner, hitting at 278, 13 homers. He's driven in 50.
Tyler Flowers is going to go out. Suggest to Tony that he miss a bat. One of the ways that he's probably going to be able to do that is change speeds, and right now he hasn't done a whole lot of that.
There's the strike. Failing fastball catches the outside corner. Well, unless you've got absolutely Nintendo stuff, you better change speeds. And the count 0-2.
Here's a good look at the Indians' very talented right fielder. He was motioning the fact that it was indeed a slider.
And another fastball. Well, that's the one pitch that has really hurt Tony Pena this year. The slider. Most of the time, he's had a lot of problems with it. He's hung a lot of them, thrown a lot of spirals up there. When he stays on top and keeps it down, it's very effective. But that has been the exception rather than the rule. As he gone.
We'll take a look again at the 22nd home run of the year for Chu. It's a slider. Not a whole lot of movement on it. And no deception.
There's Jason Nix hitting at 236, 13 homers and 28 driven in. That's what he's doing with the Indians. Nix overall 14 homers and 33 knocked in. There, he pulled a string on him, had him out in front.
It's somewhat amazing, but these Indians that are well behind the Sox, Detroit and Minnesota, are better against the Central than our Sox. 33 and 36 as opposed to 30 and 39 for the Sox, and that's one of the places to look next year for improvement is within the division.
Well, if you don't play well within your own division, you're not going to postseason play. That's the way it's been since they first implemented divisional play.
That was the big problem this year. It's certainly one of them.
Especially when you have the Twins who just massacred the Central.
22 over against the Central. It's tough to beat a team that is 22 over against the teams that they have to beat.
One out and the 1-2 pitch. And that ball hit deep in the left field, but Juan's got the bead, the ball right in front of the track, hauls it in. 2 down.
Here's another of the Indians' very speedy switch hitters and a former #1 draft choice, Trevor Crowe.
Crowe is 26 years old right now. He's in that window, 26, 27, 28. Most of the time they either make it in that window or they fall by the wayside. He's got 18 stolen bases in 25 attempts, hitting at .251. A couple of homers and 24 doubles. So the first three guys, a double, a 2-run homer, and after half inning of play, it's 3-0, bad guy.
CLE AT CHA, then Viciedo, Katse, and Flowers, with Morel, Diaza, and Lillibridge playing second and hitting ninth, and the defense behind Carmona. Left to right, Crowe, Brantley, and Chu. In the infield, Nix, Cabrera, Valbuena, and Laporta. Marson behind the plate, and Fausto Carmona is our Toyota starting pitcher. 33 starts, 4 complete games. Overall, a very good year for a losing team. ERA .379. The times that we've seen him, he's been able to bury that sinker inside to the right-handers, and he's got a lot of movement on it.
That first pitch down low to 1 Pierre. And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. Sox come in hitting at .267 as a club with a 4.08 team ERA. And that's flipped into left field. And Trevor Crowe will make that play for out number 1. So here's our 43-year-old phenom, Omar Vizquel, hitting at .282, a couple of homers. He's driven in 30. Carmona, big man, 6'4", 230 pounds, 26 years old, out of Santo Domingo. That's some really, he at times has Nintendo stuff.
Well, there's no doubt that if you just look at the movement of the ball, the late movement, and his abilities, he can be about as good as anybody.
Chopper. And that's out number 2. And right now, let's check out our picks to click. And you at home can play. You only got 2 more games to do it in. Tune in to the Felco pregame live, get the lineups, and then punch in. And tonight, Sox fans watching, they voted for Mark Katse, Jim Angiar directing the crew. They're going with Brent Morel. Some funny's going with Alejandro Diaza. And Williams. Magnificent 7. We had him as a winner last night. Going to stay with him. Mazza, Kenny Wiz, Pete Catazone, Joe Farnsworth, all the guys. And young ladies working so hard in that ticket office. We're going to go with Mark Tien, who's at the plate right now. Tien hit it Hitting at 264 homers, he's driven in 25. But he's had real good success against Carmona. 12 for 31. Changes up on him. Had him out in front. Fouls it back. And the count 1-2. Close pitch, didn't get it. Big series at an AT&T in San Francisco. They host the Padres. Padres got the sweep. And they're 2 games behind Atlanta for the wild card. The Braves leading the Phillies as we speak, 1-0. And so Tien laces one down into the corner. And he will pick up his 13th 2-bagger. So the Magnificent Sevens pick to click on second base.
Mark Tien's always had very good numbers against Carmona. And they continue here tonight. So a ringing double in the left field corner and a chance to perhaps eat away at that 3-run early lead.
Viciedo hitting at 287. Tank with 4 homers and 11 knocked in. Tank had a 2-run homer last evening. Poof. John Lester going for his 20th victory.
59 in a big way.
That was the inning after Paul Konerko hit the grand slam. That's back to the middle and into center field. Bounced over the glove of Valbuena. So Tien scores, and it's the 3-1 ball game.
Probably number 12 for Diane Viciedo. Now this is most likely going to be a base hit, but this is a ball that Luis Valbuena has got to knock down. He's standing right there. He's playing up the middle. And he just lets it hop over his glove.
So the base hit by the Tank, and here's Kotsay. Mark at 239, 8 homers. He's driven in 31. Takes ball 1. Fastball up and in. And that ball hit hard. Stretch. Dadgummit, one hopper into the seats. That's going to cost us the run up to this point. So the ground rule double.
What you had to hope on that one, once it became clear that it was not going to leave the ballpark, was that it hit the bottom of that fence and stayed in play. Kotsay crushes his ball. Unfortunately, it hits the front of the track and bounds out.
So here's Tyler Flowers. Tyler 0 for 6 since being called up from Charlotte. Takes that fastball at 94 inside. And that strike evens count at 1.
That slider was right down the middle of the plate. Didn't do a whole lot. See where Marson wants it. That's actually a backup slider, and it cuts the heart of the plate. Laser calls out a strike, and the count 1-2. was a little better than the one before, although it appeared to be off the plate.
Come on, Tyler. Good 2-strike hitter right here, buddy. Pick up your first hit. He called that a strike, and that'll retire the side. We have 3 hits. We come up with 1 run, and it's 3-1 Cleveland.
You're most pleasantly surprised with this season. A. Alex Rios, B. Omar Vizquel, C. Freddie Garcia, D. Sergio Santos. Text A, B, C, or D 53695. Stick around for the U.S. Cellular White Sox postgame live for the final results, or you can visit csnchicago.com.
Indians by 2 here in the top of the second. 3-3-0 for them, 1-3-0 for us. It'll be the lower third of their order. Laporta, Valbuena, and Marson. '25-year-old first baseman hitting at .223, 12 homers, 41 knocked in. And count 2-0. Nice pitch. A lot off of it.
Yeah, that time he took a little something off the slider and got more break on it instead of trying to overthrow it and throw that spinner.
And that ball hit in the right center field. Yes. Ian got a good jump. Makes the catch on the line drive off the bat of Laporta. So here's Valbuena. Takes strike 1.
Valbuena's had a tough year this year.
Yes, he has. Both ways.
A couple of years ago, it looked like he was going to be one of those guys that came over from Seattle and fit very well into the middle of that infield, but it hasn't worked out that way.
Yeah, and he's had a tough time with the leather as well. That's out number 2. So here's Lou Marson hitting at 198, 3 homers. He's driven in 22. 24-year-old receiver. Takes first pitch strike. And the count 0-2. He gone. And that'll retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning. That's 6 in a row retired by Tony Pena, but he trails it 3-1. With Xfinity TV from Comcast. Don't miss the action. Call 1-800-XFINITY today. Right here is a 3-1 Cleveland lead. 3 runs in the first inning. In fact, if you're just tuning in, a couple of doubles and then a 2-run homer by Chu. We came right back with 1. But a lot of the youngsters in that lineup tonight.
Well, it's nice to get a little peek at the future, see some guys who you're going to see certainly next spring and guys that will have a shot at making this ball club next year.
Brent Morrell, stay fair. Stay fair. It will. Thank you very much. Hits the foul pole. You can put it on the board. Yes. Yes. Number 3 for Brent. And it's a 3-2 ball game.
Third home run, 7 driven in. Our fourth home run replay. This is supposed to be a sinker inside. This ball doesn't sink and doesn't get inside. And Morrell takes it right down the line. You can't get any closer than hitting the foul pole, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, it sucked once it started down on that foul pole. So here's Alejandro Diaza hitting at 263. Fouls that one back, and the count 1-1. And of course, with that home run by Brent, the Alex Nellius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season. That is number 175. So $17,500 donated by Alex Nellius in loving memory of Ursa. That's into center field for out number 1. That'll bring up Lillibridge. Grant hitting it 239. A couple of homers. He's driven in 14. Tries to bunt it, fouls it back. And that pitch off the plate, 1-1.
Ramona's getting that sinker up. His slider also not going down. He's not getting any depth on it tonight to this point.
Ball and 2 strikes. That's out number 2. Second strikeout for Carmona.
This time he does take a little something off that slider, and this one did have some depth on it. Breaking low and out of the strike zone. You can make this pitch work when you're ahead of the hitter.
That pitch inside to Pierre. One, a little loop route into left field that Crow made the play on. And 2-0. And here at beautiful US Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps and 400 straightaway center. As you look at Manny Acta.
Manny had his first shot with the Washington Nationals. Things didn't go as well as he would like, but I think he's found a good spot here in Cleveland.
Cabrera, and that'll do it. But the leadoff homer by Brent Morrell, his third of the season, and it is 3-2 Cleveland. Third inning, 3-2 bad guys. Top of the order, Brantley, Cabrera, and Chu. Brantley started off the ball game with a bullet double right down the first base line. Change up and count 0-2. And they have a doubleheader in Baltimore today. In the first game, Orioles won it 10-6 over the Tigers. So Baltimore now 32-22 since Buck Showalter took over.
The team that was doing what they were doing can have a remarkable turnaround, and they will not lose 100 games, which is something that a lot of people felt was a lock before Showalter got there.
And that's just foul.
On the youngsters at the ballpark tonight. And it's good to bring your glove to the park. Very important.
The 1-2. And make your plans to be with us tomorrow night. Mark Burley against Carlos Carrasco. And that game will be on Comcast Sportsnet. And the final game on Sunday, Edwin Jackson against to be announced for the Tribe. And that game over WGN. Full count.
Talking to the few folks associated with the Tribe, they're going to go with the bullpen on the final day.
Why not?
A lot of their youngsters, a lot of their pensmen, a chance to get an inning or two before the end of the season.
Had him 1-2 and walks him.
The guy who threw the ball the best the last 5 or 6 starts was Justin Masterson, and now they're not going to start him because he started 29 times. They don't like the fact that he's up to 179 innings because he was a reliever that they made a starter. So they've kept him in the bullpen, and he will not start. Doesn't mean he won't see any action. He just won't go too many innings if he goes at all.
So Brantley 10 for 12 in stolen bases. Good speed aboard. And Cabrera fouls that back. He also doubled to knock in Brantley in the first inning. Brantley, pretty good lead over there.
Cabrera's injury was a strange one because they were overshifted with Peralta at the time. The first base side is second. And Cabrera wound up getting in a collision with Peralta and then losing a good portion of this season.
Outfield straight up. Good lead by Brantley. And there's a good bunt. Stick it in your pocket. So the leadoff walk has got him in trouble. And then on first and second, nobody out.
Cabrera saw Morel back and knew that if he could keep this one on the grass, he was going to be in pretty good shape with it. He stayed around long enough to get the bunt down, and that's the key. You find too many guys, if they're bunting to third base, wanting to leave the batter's box early. Well, talk to the great bunters. They'll all tell you, stay around long enough, get the bunt down, you can still beat it out. And that's what he did without a play.
Viciedo will just go to the bag, take the out on Chu. So Ducks on the pond, 1 down. Chu with that 2-run homer, his 22nd back in the first inning. And here's Hafner. He struck out on a slider, down and in.
I think they're going to put him at first base and take their chances with Nix. They threw a couple of fastballs by him the first time. And Hafner wasn't ready for that, and either was Corey Blazer. He had called timeout, and Pena just delivered the ball anyway. So that one's not going to count. He's actually going to throw 5 balls to him here.
Hafner last year hit 272, 16 homers, drove in 49 this year, hitting 278, 13 homers with 50 RBIs. So very similar seasons for a guy who was once considered to be a monster at that plate.
And unfortunately for the Indians, no sooner had they signed him to a long-term, very lucrative, especially for the Indians, contract, then he got hurt. And the shoulder problems have curtailed a guy that was one of the most fearsome sluggers in his league.
Sacks packed with Indians, and here's Nix, who went out deep to left field. That's foul. Kansas City leading Tampa Bay 1-0. That's in the bottom of the third at Kauffman Stadium.
We've seen Jason try to pull most everything. He's rounded into 6 double plays this year, and that's what Ozzy's hoping for by putting Hafner at first base.
And the count 0-2. Viciedo, even with the bag well off the line at first, outfield straight up. And just did get a piece of that slider.
Well, it's going back to Pena or to Viciedo. It looks like they're going to come home with it. If it goes anyplace else in the infield, they'll try to go the conventional route for the double play. But a good slider low and out of the zone at 0-2 probably strikes him out.
That's popped back. And it's going to be a souvenir. 5 rows back.
Tony's had 5 wild pitches, and so he's got to have a lot of confidence that Tyler Flowers is going to be able to dig that slider out of the dirt, or you have a tendency to hang it.
To the backstop, everybody advances, and it's a 4-1 game.
They give him a wild pitch, but I'm not sure exactly why. It's a high fastball. This goes off the glove.
So the leadoff walk comes around the score. Now the infield's in with a 1-2 count to Nix. And that's into right center field. Cabrera's tagging. He will score, and it's a 5-2 ball game. Those leadoff walks will get you in a lot of trouble.
I'll be on number 29 on the sacrifice fly.
That'll bring up Trevor Crowe, the left fielder. Crowe hit a little soft comebacker to Pena to end the first inning.
Only got away with a hanging slider there. That one was up out over the plate, and fortunately Crow fouled it straight back. Some of those go out of the yard.
Five, 4-0 for their guys, 2-4-0 for our guys here in the top of the third. And that's out of play to count 1-2. Kansas City now leading Tampa Bay 2-0. They're hitting in the bottom of the third with a man on third and nobody out.
We know just how dangerous that team is, that Kansas City bunch, because they put the bat on the ball.
Blocked by Flowers, kept it in front of it. Well, Kansas City was the only team in the Central that we had a winning record over. We were 10-8 against them. That's going foul. We were 7-8 against these guys. 8-10 against the Tigers. 10-8 against Kansas City, and 5-13 against Minnesota.
Kansas City, as we speak, is tied with the Twins for second in the league in batting average. So when you do put the bat on the ball, a lot of good things will happen.
2 out in the 2-2 pitch. Full count to Crow. And that's foul back. And reminder that the first 25,000 fans tomorrow evening and Sunday afternoon will receive a Dick's Sporting Goods game card worth $10 off any purchase of $50 or more. Dick's Sporting Goods now with 18 convenient Chicago area locations. Remember, every season starts at Dick's. There's a base hit. Hafner's going to score, and it's a 6-2 ball game.
I'm not sure on that play if Viciedo knew exactly where Lillibridge had lined up. Crow takes it through the right side. Lillibridge is playing pretty much up the middle. Viciedo would have had no shot at that one anyway. And Crow drives in run number 34. So a tough inning. Continues to get tougher.
Well, it started off with a leadoff walk, and now the intentional walk also comes around to score. Laporta. Change up, no chance. 6-5-0 for Cleveland, 2-4-0 for our Sox. And we got to find a way to come back and win 2 out of 3 from these guys. Give Ozzie those 600 wins. And there's a base hit. Broken bat.
And 6 runs on 6 hits. Kenya tries to wend his way through the second of 2 3-run innings. That's a lot of pitches in one inning, about to deliver his 31st.
And his 59th. Here's a strike to Valbuena, who popped up to Omar.
Giving Crow a stolen base.
That's number 19. After just tuning in, has not been pretty so far. If you're just joining us, Brantley led off with a double. Cabrera a double, then a 2-run homer by Chu. Then he retired the next 3. Retired to side in order in the second. And here in the top of the third, he walked Brantley to lead it off. Had him 1 and 2. Walked him. Then a bunt single by Cabrera. Chu grounded to first, moving those guys in the scoring position. The intentional walk to Hafner. Sacrifice fly by Mix. Base hit by Crow. And the single. Broken bat single by Laporta. So the count hangs at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Knocks it down. Comes up with it right over the top. Nice play by Lillibridge. But another crooked number goes up on that board. We'll go to the bottom of the third, trailing by 4.
Player to steal 40 or more bases in a season. Think about that for a bit. We'll get back to you a little later in the game.
That right here is 6-2 Indians. And it'll be Vizquel, Tien, and Viciedo. Carmona trying to pick up his 13th victory of the season against 14 losses. Takes that pitch outside.
If Carmona can do that, it would be a pretty decent year for a team, 68 and 91.
Omar grounded out to second base. And here's the 2-1 delivery. Close, and a full count. So Laporta will make that play, and that's out number 1. And a very special White Sox shout out and welcome to U.S. Army Captain Martinez and Sergeant First Class Childress and their staffs who are here at the game tonight with future soldiers who are preparing for basic training. Certainly our best go out to those youngsters. Tien got our first base hit, a double into the left field corner, and he scored.
There's a young lady just discovering the stars.
Little slider right there. And the count 0-2. Kansas City leading the Rays 3-0. 1 out, bases loaded, bottom of the 3rd. As Tien strikes out, 2 down. So here's the Tank. Tank with an RBI single in the 1st.
Rick Walker was saying that he had changed the hand position for Viciedo. Wants him to change his approach a bit. Thinks that the sky's the limit as far as his talent is concerned. He just has to change a couple of things. They don't find strength for a lively bat like this that come around too often.
That's foul back. Well, baseball is not as easy to do in baseball as it is in golf, but you can rebuild a swing in baseball. It's been done. In fact, Alex Rodriguez has done it 3 times. Rebuilt his swing. And the biggest thing about a young hitter, or any hitter, but especially a young hitter, when they're trying to make some changes in their swing, is buying into what the hitting coach is saying. That's 95% of the battle. Buying into it.
Well, many times you have to fail or be shown that you're going to fail before you can buy into a new approach.
There's a shot right back through the wickets.
And one thing that Viciedo can do is hit breaking balls. If you get one over the plate, he's going to hit it and hit it hard. This is a slider that he drills right back through the middle.
So here's Kotsay. He drilled a ground rule double that cost us a run. Viciedo would have scored, but he had to go back to 3rd. As there is ball 1 inside. And that's out of play, so the count 2-1. Golf's a little easier we're talking about. In fact, Tiger's rebuilt his swing, I believe, 4 times. But he hadn't changed that putting stroke.
You're also talking about an all-world talent.
That's into... Well, you're talking about Alex Rodriguez, not all bad as far as being an all-world talent.
Another all-world talent.
Either. Meanwhile, that'll do it, and we're into the 4th.
brought to you by the fourth meal from Taco Bell. Open 1 a.m. or later.
6-6-0 for the Indians. 2-5-0 for our Sox here in the top of the fourth inning. It'll be Marson and back to the top of the order with Brantley and Cabrera. Marson called out on strikes his first trip. Tony Pena making his third start of the season, and this is 52nd appearance. First ball hunting popped up Omar. 1 pitch, 1 out. So here's Brantley. He has doubled, scored, and walked and scored. He started off that 3-run first with a double. He started off that 3-run third with a walk.
In the top of the order, on base 5 times total, that has really plagued Pena.
Well, he scored 5 runs. The first 3 hit.
That's a problem.
One and one to count. Lillibridge. Two down. And here's Cabrera, a double, a beautiful bunt single, and a couple of runs scored.
The advantage the Indians have with these first 3, and bear in mind they're going to get Grady Sizemore back, is that they all hit pretty well and they can all run, which is the important thing.
Cabrera. It's that one hard but foul. And the count 1-1.
They do know one thing next year. Sizemore will be back and have a spot in the outfield. Chu will have a spot in the outfield. And that third spot is the one that's going to be up for grabs. Nice outfit.
And that's fouled back. So the count hangs at 1-2. And you can place your deposit right now for a 2011 full or partial ticket season plan. And be among the first to select your seat locations. Gain access to the best seats available here at US Cellular Field and take advantage of all the benefits that a season ticket holder for Chicago White Sox enjoys. Call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com. And the payoff. And there's a base hit.
That's 3 of them for Cabrera. Worst part about this is it brings Chu up.
Chu cranked out his 22nd homer. Picked up his 89th and 90th RBIs with that shot in the first inning, and it was a shot. Cabrera 6 for 10 in stolen bases. And there's a good strike. The count 1-1. You're just tuning in. Indians 3 in the first, 3 in the third. Our guys 1 in the first and 1 in the second. The 1 in the second was a home run by Brent Morrell. And there's a bullet.
That one almost got Cabrera. So he has to hold at second base because it almost took his leg off on its way out to right field. Drew hits the ball hard, and he hits it hard consistently.
So here's Hafner. He struck out. Slider down and in the first inning. And then he was intentionally walked and scored in the third. Outfield straight up. Starts him off with a change-up strike.
Youngsters at the game, and they've got pretty good seats.
Watch the baseball. That's low. Another change-up. And that is top foul by Hafner. So 1-2. The 33-year-old veteran.
Normally you play Hafner very similar to how you would play Jim Thome, which is as a dead pull hitter in the infield, but he will hit to the opposite field in the outfield. Right now they are playing him a bit of a pull hitter and very much straight away in the outfield.
Morrell now over to first base. Had plenty of time with Hafner. And that'll retire the side. Nothing across. There were a couple of hits. Couple stranded. They have left 4, and they lead it by 4. So tune in as they look to finish strong against the Tribe. Coverage begins at 5:30 with Philco White Sox pregame live. White Sox Indians tomorrow night at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. (6-2) Cleveland. 3 in the first, 3 in the third. It'll be Flowers, Morrell, and De Aza. That's low. Tyler caught looking on a very questionable pitch in the first inning. It was with men on second and third. There's the strike.
Looks like Carmona's intent on making Tyler Flowers lean out and try to drive the ball the other way.
Pretty good concept.
Another slider.
And the count 2-2. Not one of the strongest guys. We have a couple of them. We have Viciado and Flowers. Viciado has bigger power to the opposite field than Tyler, but Tyler's got as big a power as anybody. To left, center, and left. But you have to make contact. And a full count for the 23-year-old.
Brent Morrell, who homered in his only at bat, waiting to get his turn.
Ball 4 base hit right. There you go. The dreaded leadoff walk. Now let's make him pay.
Earlier we asked you about the AT&T trivia question. And it was, who was the last Indians player to steal 40 or more bases in a season? And the answer, Omar Vizquel. 42 bags in 1999. In what should absolutely be a first ballot Hall of Fame career if he ever retires.
He's still got a lot of ball left in him.
I think he feels the same way, especially after this year. And here's hoping that he's back in that same spot, that same uniform next year.
Well, Fausto right there knows he got away with one.
Not every hanging slider goes out of the park, but that one was hanging over the inside part of the plate.
And on the fist. And you can stop by the Comcast Fundamentals deck at U.S. Cellular Field for the ultimate game day experience. You can visit the Comcast dugout to see official Sox equipment, take photos next to life-size player cutouts, and listen to updates about the White Sox pitching staff on the Xfinity voice dugout phone, all brought to you by the great folks at Comcast. That pitch runs inside. So 2-2.
Well, it was on a fastball that he tried to get inside last time. It resulted in the second of the Sox runs.
As far off the plate as Brent is, you better have a real big tail on that fastball to get in there. As there's a little chopper. Carmona up with it. Guns at first. Nice play.
Pretty good effort for a big man to get off the mound, to go that far toward the line, and still make a pinpoint throw to first. Looked like this could have been a swinging bunt. But for Carmona, showing good agility. I like the fact that he caught it with his glove and then threw a strike. A lot of guys try to barehand that. They don't get a good grip. Consequently, the throw is not nearly that good.
So here's Diaza, one out to center field. Takes that pitch inside. And the count 2-0. And that's chop foul. So 2 balls and a strike.
Got a piece of Diaza. That's what the youngster was looking to fill his bag. Cotton candy. This ball fouled straight down. Right off the instep and
the midsection.
The high thigh.
Diaz out of La Romana down in the Dominican Republic. Just a beautiful place. And a couple of outstanding golf courses there.
Did you ever play baseball in the Dominican?
Yeah. As the count goes to 2-2. Yeah, when I was playing, I played in Venezuela for 3 years. We went to Dominican to play. And then we went to the Caribbean World Series with Panama.
Right now the academies are in the Dominican. Lots of them.
Yes, he did. So that is out number 2. 4th strikeout for Carmona, and that'll bring up Lillibridge, who struck out his first trip. Yeah, I've been to the Dominican quite a few times. I've been there probably 5 or 6 times to play golf down at La Romana.
Things have changed a lot as far as winter ball is concerned. Used to be a lot of guys would go to Puerto Rico. Obviously, Venezuela was a hot spot for winter baseball. Now things have gotten a little difficult down there.
Well, Venezuela's always had good ball clubs. Puerto Rico was probably at one time, though, year in and year out, the best winter league as far as talent. With Venezuela a close second. I know one year at Venezuela, I was the first baseman. Pete Rose was at second. Tommy Helms was at short. We had Damaso Blanco, who was native, at third. We had Vic Davalillo in center. We had Matty Alou in left and Jesus Alou in right.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Felipe could have rounded it out for you. He was pretty good also.
Well, he was playing in the Dominican.
They had a lot of giant players down there. I played with Damaso Blanco. Played against both those Alous that you were talking about. Did not play against Felipe, but played against Matty and Jesus. They all came up with the Giants.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, we didn't lose many games.
No, I wouldn't expect that you would.
It's pretty good pitching, too. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And bottom of the 4th, 6-2 Cleveland. And a full count. Ball 4 base hit. Brent?
Atlanta has tied up Philadelphia in a very big game for the Braves. Trying to get Bobby Cox in this his final season to his 16th postseason appearance.
Nail the outside corner. 5 strikeouts, 2 this inning, and we're into the 5th. 53695, and if you are the 500 texter, you could win $5 footlong subs from Subway. Six-2 Indians. Tony Pena. Oh, look at the pick right there by Brent. Mercy. What a nice play. And the only way you can make that is the glove is down so that you can come up with it.
Here's our All-State Good Hands replay. And the one thing that you really can't teach are hands. You can teach fundamentals. You can't teach hands. And this is a terrific play. This young man's going to be a great third baseman before it's over. He's very good now. And he's got a tremendously strong arm that he throws either from the side or straight over the top when he has to.
Beautiful play by Morrell. Wow. That shades of Joe Creedy right there. Brent's a little quicker than Joe, but Joe couldn't run, but Joe had that very fast first step. Brent can run a little bit, plus he's got that very fast first step.
Well, I talked with him about his off-season regimen, and he said he works with a trainer that works on that first step quickness. They use a lot of techniques to work on that. He said he's done it the last couple of years. It's worked out very well. And he said he plans to do it again this year. He's from Bakersfield, lives in Bakersfield. He'll go to train a few miles from home with a few other of the ball players in a very good training facility. But you can tell it's paid dividends already.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, spring training, he reminds me a lot of Creedy. As I said, he's not as strong as Joe. Joe was a very, very strong guy. But he has some pop in his bat, and he's a guy I think is going to hit 20, 25 home runs.
That's a pretty nice sized guy, 6'2", 220.
Yeah, but Joe was real strong. Joe was ultra strong. Here's the 2-2. 1-1. Ball slicing away. Nice play. Nice play by Pierre. Boy, I'll tell you what. Hard to beat. Good defense at the old ballpark.
Well, Juan began his career and spent most of his career as a center fielder. And he's had to learn how to be a left fielder, where the ball off the bat of a left-hander is going to slice toward the line. Off the bat of a right-hander, it's going to hook toward the line. But you have to get used to it and how it does come off the bat. He's done a very nice job in left field this year.
Well, when you get guys like Juan Pierre and Carl Crawford with that kind of speed, you're going to see some plays made that you don't ordinarily see made in left field. But getting back to Brent, but he's got the same kind of demeanor that Joe had. Very quiet. Doesn't say much. Just observes and goes about his own business. Works hard. I miss Joe Creedy. Joe was, that's just a terrible shame on his back. Terrific guy. Really just coming into his prime and go down with a bad back. That's fouled back.
Would you say if it was not for the back, he would have had at least 5 more quality seasons?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because he wasn't going to lose that first step. And he couldn't run, so that's not a factor. And he was really figuring out, going through some pains, of course, with it, but he was figuring out how to hit. And you know, in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, there's another play by Brent on a bullet off the bat of Laporta. So some terrific defense here in the top of the 5th. We're halfway home, trailing 6-2. in the first, 3 in the second. We scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Juan Pierre, top of the order. He's 0 for 2. Fakes the bunt, takes the strike.
Here's our Jaguar high performance of the week, and it is none other than Juan Pierre. Set a career high in stolen bases last night with his 66th. Trying to become the first Sox player since Luis Aparicio to lead the major leagues in stolen bases. He did that in 1961.
Nice play by Valbuena.
He charged that ball quickly. He had to, and as it was, he just barely got Pierre at first.
Well, in Louis' time zone, stolen base. I certainly don't want to take anything away from the guys who steal bases today because they do it, and Juan's done a terrific job. But every base that Louis stole, almost everybody in the ballpark knew he was going to be running at that particular time, because you didn't pick up any cheapies back in those days.
Now, I think pitchers paid a little more attention to you.
And then if you had a 4, 5, 6 run lead and ran,
well, then
you weren't going to run very hard.
Then your own teammates,
that's right,
would make sure you didn't run anymore, because somebody was going to get hit.
That's right. But Juan has just had a terrific year for us.
Well, I asked him about the beating that base runners take, and he said, I've had this style of play my whole life. And he goes, you know you're going to get torn up a little bit. You know you're going to have collisions. You know you got a chance of getting spiked. Got a chance of getting hit with the baseball or a throw from the catcher. He goes, but that's my game. What am I going to do? He said, that's how I've always played. That's how I have to play to be successful. And so I've just accepted that I have to work real hard every day to keep myself in condition to be able to steal that many bags on a yearly basis.
Well, when this game is over, I'll walk downstairs after we get off the air. I'll walk downstairs and I'll go in the clubhouse. As that's low, and count 2 and 2. Get a quick little nibble, something to bite on for my drive down to Granger. And as I walk through the weight room, Juan Pierre will be there, on his back, lifting weights.
He's also here early on the bench every day, trying to pick up whatever he can.
There's Crow. That's 2 out. Well, he starts his workout about anywhere from 35, usually 30 to 35 minutes before the game. He's out in the outfield getting loose. That's what he said. He told you that's the only way he knows. I mean, it's like, the redheaded stepchild, so to speak. They get beat every day, but that's the only thing they know.
I mean, he comes here, I'll come out. Some days get here early, 3 o'clock maybe for a 7 o'clock game. I come out, Juan is sitting on the bench right where he's sitting now. Takes a look around. Just observing things, looking at the field. Then he goes about his business. He's always trying to make himself better. I mean, he spends more time at the park than just about anybody. But he's always been known from the first day, and I talked to guys when he was back with the Colorado Rockies, said that guy is about the hardest working guy on the ball club, and he's been that with every team he's ever been on.
Well, I didn't know it no well, because as you know, I don't follow the National League that much. But when we went to spring training, I asked a lot of players about him. That's the first thing they said. Said, you won't see anybody out working.
Never changed. It never will. Not as long as he's playing his game. And I talked to him about it, and he said he intends to play it as long as he can play it at the level that he's comfortable with.
Well, he's got the same kind of attitude about getting beat up as AJ. AJ just accepts it. And he brushes it off faster than anybody I've ever seen. He gets drilled with those foul tips, and it hurts him like it would hurt anybody. But he just has learned to deal with it.
Well, as a bigger catcher, you're going to get hit more. It's just the way it goes.
Another strikeout. That is 6 for Carmona. and he leads it 6-2. Stanley's summer vacation. At 6:30, go live to the banner ceremony at Chevy Blackhawks pregame live from the UC. And at 7:30, it's a home opener. Blackhawks versus the Red Winds. Don't miss it October 9th on Comcast Sportsnet.
I think you get to keep that cup for 100 days. And how you choose to use those 100 days is your own discretion. I think by the time the season starts, they will have used 99 of them with one in abeyance.
1-1 to count to Valbuena, who was popped to short. And then Lillibridge made a good play to get him.
Here's a Hawk fan.
Started to wear my Hawk jersey tonight. My Black Hawk jersey.
He'd have been a little warm in it tonight, I think. Thought it was going to be cooler here.
I did too. That's the reason I started to wear it. But I didn't now. You're right. It would have been hot. That thing is hot and heavy.
It is that. But it's beautiful. What a good looking
to me,
jersey
it's
it
the
is.
best looking jersey in sports.
Lucas Harrell loosening in the pen. Gonna have to wish Rocky Wirtz, John McDonough, Jay Blunk all the best of luck on this coming season.
I'm not so sure those guys need a whole bunch of luck.
Well, not going to be an easy season. Repeating, I don't care where, when, or how. It is really tough.
Well, in any sport.
Yes, sir.
It is tough to. Because there's just a rope in the right field. So the leadoff man aboard. Well, they had a lot of personnel changes.
Well, as they say, when you talk to them, they'll tell you that 85% of the guys that got the job done are back.
The core is there. The nucleus is there. It's just that simple. But the thing that I like is that when they hit that ice, they got the pedal to the metal. They don't quit.
Now, that won't change.
That ball hit hard into center field. Down the back, right up in front of that 400-foot sign.
Now, I'm not sure if Valbuena touched second base or not.
Meanwhile, that was a good play. Piazza had a long way to go, and that speed got him there. He's got good defensive speed.
Valbuena was about 4 steps on the other side of second base. And almost against the wall. Now he's got to re-tag the bag. Let's watch. Looks like he just barely nipped the inside of it.
So here's Michael Brantley. He's 1 for 2 with a couple of runs scored. Started off both 3-run innings. The one in the first with a double, the one in the third with a walk. One, 2 down. And Sox Fest 2011 hotel packages and weekend passes are on sale now only at whitesox.com. Sox Fest takes place January 21st, 2nd, and 3rd at the Palmer House Hilton. So visit whitesox.com for more information. That's always a lot of fun. Always. Been to every one of them, and I'll tell you what, I look forward to it. That is a lot of fun.
Well, you get to see some of the former White Sox, the older White Sox. And the good part about it is you get to see the newest of the Sox.
Well, to me, the best part about it is you really have a chance to get up close and personal with the fans there. As that will retire the side. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Tank, Kotsay, and Flowers. $957 to join Blackhawks Mobile and be entered to win 2 tickets to the Blackhawks 2010 home opener on October 9th. That's banner to 242-957 for your chance to catch this historic moment as the team raises the Stanley Cup banner to the rafters. Nice. Viciedo 2 for 2 with an RBI. 2 singles right back to the middle. The last one right between the legs of Fausto Carmona. Stops that foul. Mark Kotsay is going to make himself a new friend.
That's going to be the pitch that is either going to put Viciedo over the top or always give him problems. That's a fastball inside, especially one with any kind of sink on it. And if he can keep it out of there.
He did not go. Well, when you get a guy as strong and as young as the Tank, if you're going to pitch him anywhere, that's where you better. If you got to get him out, pitch him.
There's no doubt.
You better pitch him in there.
But that's what he's been doing on pitches inside, which is getting over the top, either grounding them weakly to the left side or fouling them off. But then a lot of pitchers think they can throw that breaking ball and get it out away from them, and they haven't had a lot of success doing that if it's a strike.
The one pitch that he's going to have to learn how to lay off of is there's the 7th strikeout for Carmona. The one pitch he's going to have to learn how to lay off of, and it's going to have to be at his pace. I mean, Greg and all the guys, his teammates, can sit there and talk to him about it until they're blue in the face. But he's going to have to do it on his own, and that's lay off the high fastball up out of the zone. More so than even the one inside. Because it's easier, as you know, being a pitcher, to throw a high fastball up out of the zone.
Well, that's the easiest thing that you can do.
Exactly.
But his situation is, and you've always said this, you say you can't take his aggressiveness away.
Cannot do it.
But this is a guy that I think he's got one walk this year.
Yeah. You just can't do it. You cannot take it away. That's what got him here. Those youngsters down there don't walk getting off that island. They swing their way off.
97 at bats, one lone walk. He had a huge smile on his face when he got that walk.
But he's the kind of guy you just got to. It's like a Reggie Jackson when he first joined us in Kansas City. He was right out of Arizona State, and he couldn't hit. I'm telling you what, he couldn't hit that wall right. He was striking out every time, no walks whatsoever. There's a bullet. Now Blaine himself defense right there makes a good play, and that's out number 2. But Alvin Dark was a manager, and Alvin really got hot at our hitting coach because our hitting coach was trying to get Reggie to hit everything to left field so he wouldn't strike out so much. And Alvin, I was there the day that he went coming storming down that runway out on that field, called the hitting coach over, and just, read him out. Said, if I ever see you do that again, you're fired. He said, let this guy strike out 140, 150 times a year. Let him learn on his own pace.
Well, he went on to consistently do that, but he also hit a lot of them out of the park.
Yeah. About 560 something. That's a quick inning. That didn't take long, and we're into the 7th.
Here's the results so far. You are most pleasantly surprised with Omar Vizquel, 68%. Still have time to text A, B, C, or D to 53695. The final results will be on the U.S. Cellular White Sox postgame show. And it's going to be Lucas Harrell who comes in the game in relief of Tony Pena. Lucas 1-0, ERA 4.70, on for the 8th time. 3 of them starts. His problem, as you can see, 17 walks, only 14 strikeouts. It has been controlled. And that's the one thing that he'll have to work on. Try to figure it out. He's got a good enough arm. Can't pitch from behind. And he can't pitch with a whole lot of walks. He's got a couple of very good left-hand hitters as the first 2 he's going to face.
Kansas City leading Tampa Bay 7-0, bottom of the 6th inning in Missouri. So here's Chu. He is 2 for 3, a 2-run homer in the first, a bullet, and then he singled in the 4th, another bullet. 1-1 to count for the 28-year-old outfielder.
Jensen Lewis throwing in the bullpen. Probably because it is.
Good pitch, ate him up right there. Softly hit. 1 out.
Tonight's in-game box score is presented by Mass Mutual.
So here is Hafner. He is struck out, was walked intentionally, and he scored, and he is grounded to third. Takes first pitch strike, outfield straight up. You're just tuning in. Indians with 3 in the first, 3 in the third. We have scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second. That 1 in the second, a home run by Brent Burrell. As Hafner with a 1-1 count.
Nice to see the Burleys in town.
Oh, yeah. Big John. Calling me Percy. Here's the 1-2. Watch out.
Well, that was roped into the seats on the left side.
Everybody seems to be okay. And once again, the 1-2. Lays off that one. Make your plans to be with us tomorrow evening. 6:10 start, 6:05 start, I should say. Mark Burley, a bump against Carlos Carrasco. Can't make it. That game will be on Comcast Sportsnet. There's a shank going foul. And then on Sunday in the finale, final game of the season, Edwin Jackson against the bullpen of the Tribe. And that game will be over WGN. So there you see tomorrow, Burley against Carrasco. On Sunday, Jackson against the bullpen. Full count to Hafner. Broken bat, softly hit, right off the end. So the 1-out single. And that'll bring up Nix. Last time up, watch this play by Morrell. Oh, scalded. Came up, but you see, and then 2 hitters later, another. That young man can throw some leather. Takes an 0 for 2 with that sacrifice fly. Takes first pitch strike. Well, you don't think defense like that at third is going to help out Mark Burley and Johnny Danks?
Got to have a strong left side if you're going to throw left-handers who cut the ball into right-hand hitters.
And there's a base hit in the hole.
There's a look at Mark. He'll be going for win number 13. Wonder where he gets his size from.
So here's Crow. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI and a stolen base. And that's trouble. That's a base hit. Dan will cut it off. That's going to score Halfman. Go to the plate. Not in time. Ball gets away from Harrell, so both men will advance, and it's a 7-2 Cleveland lead.
That's one of the things that we're going to have to work on with a few of our pitchers in the offseason. That's getting far enough behind in a backup situation so you can actually get to a throw when the first guy can't make the play. This ball hits off the glove, and if Lucas is further back, he's going to be able to make that play. It goes E4, base hit, RBI. 12 of those hits now for the Rugged Tribe.
And here's Laporta with the infield in. Hitter's delight right here. Blue plate special. Takes first pitch strike. 7-12-0 for their guys. 2-5-1 for our guys. Checks it up. That's going away. 2-1. Now feel straight up. Grabs the strike with that one.
Took a whole lot off a breaking ball here and caught most of the plate with it.
Omar just looked a man back. And that's out number 2. So here's Valbuena. He's popped to short. Grounded to second. Lillibridge made a good play to get him. And he is singled hard to right field.
Brent Morrell came over to have a couple of words with Lucas Harrell. Probably telling him, if he's going to bunt, you got it, because I'm going to be backing off the line.
First pitch strike. Baltimore beat Detroit twice. Doubleheader. 10-6 and 2-1. Break up the Orioles.
They've been pretty good. Under Uncle
33
Buck.
and 22.
Yep.
And it came out on SI.com that Jerry Mannion and Omar Minaya will not be back in their roles with the Mets in 2011. There's a strike to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Here in the top of the 7th inning. Just got a piece of that. 23,128 in the house. And he just did get a piece of that one. So the count hangs at 2-2. Breaking ball high.
Well, Bueno was able to duck under that and runs the count full.
Bale down in front of that changeup. And a reminder, first 25,000 fans in attendance tomorrow and Sunday will receive a New England coffee game card redeemable for $2 off your next retail purchase of New England Coffee. Family coffee roasters since 1916, and that's a home run for Chicago. Ouch. Hit it solid right off his leg, shin, foot, somewhere.
We've been seeing a whole lot more of those recently for whatever reason. And the guys are throwing more sliders late. So breaking ball right off the instep. Wow. Might have got him right on the ankle.
That's what it looked like. Right off the ankle. Said he's all right. Well, when you're hitting 191 coming in.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is leave a game. And of course, if you're out there on the mound, next best thing is another slider low and in.
You're not kidding.
See if you can hit it off the same spot.
Hitters, that's a nightmare that they have.
That'll really test how it works. That's what Ozzy's telling him. They'll throw you another one, going to be in the same spot.
And the payoff. He gone. Yes. 7th inning stretch. Not good.
Into the game on for the 37th time. He's 4-2, ERA in the low threes. Had a pretty good year. Much tougher against right-handers than left-handers.
Bryn Morrell, 1 for 2, a homer, his third. First pitch he saw from Fausto Carmona, fastball inside. He just turned and burned and ripped it right off the foul pole. And if you missed it back leading off the second inning,
Timon made it 3-2. And for Brent, he knew he got all of it. The question is, would it stay fair long enough? Answer was yes.
pretty good job by Brent right there. Tough 0-2 pitch, and he fought it off.
J.J. Putz listening in the pen.
And another one. That one in the LG Skyline Club seats.
Fausto Carmona went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs on 5 hits. He walked only 1 and he fanned 7. Rafael Perez, talented left-hander, throwing in the pen for the Tribe.
And that ball into center field. One down. That'll bring up Alejandro Diaza. He's gone out to center and struck out on a check swing. First pitch strike. Cleveland on a 6-game winning streak. Trying to make it 7 with a 7-2 lead. Sox, of course, a 3-gamer. And they've won 7 out of the last 8. Yankee-Boston game at Fenway delayed because of weather. Boy, they have had. Did you see some of the news reports on that weather?
Of the entire East Coast, from past Florida all the way up the top, they've been getting pelted.
I tell you what, I couldn't believe some in Delaware. It looked like the whole state was underwater. It's up high in the count 1-2.
Talking about areas that got 16 inches of rain.
Some areas got more rain in the last 48 hours than they have in the last 3.5 months. That's high in the center field. That's a can of corn for Brantley. 2 down. And you can listen to the postgame show on 670 The Score Sports Radio for your chance to win the next Walgreens VIP experience. Answer the correct VIP player of the game, and you could win 4 game tickets, a White Sox cap and T-shirt, and more.
Talked to Chris Ranji today. He does a great job on that postgame show.
Yes, he does.
Listen to him going home all the time. Sometimes he has to answer some very difficult questions. Sometimes he has to deal with some irate folks. But he does it.
Doesn't back off.
No, he does it with a lot of knowledge. And he does it with a tremendous amount of patience. But then the patience will wear off.
That's right. He does not back off.
No. But he does a great job. That is a tough job to do, and he does it very well.
I'll tell you, I felt really bad for him the first 2 months of the season. As bad as we played. He was going through a bunch of you-know-what.
Oh, no question.
Wow.
I called him 8 times myself. Just disguise my voice.
That's up high. Yeah, Chris does a terrific job on that postgame show. And Farmio and DJ do a terrific job on the radio. The 2-1. Change up. Jensen Lewis gives you all that motion and then poof.
Takes a little something off, and then you can't read it. So usually you take it. ERA in the low 3s, and their ballpark's pretty good.
Got him. 1-2-3 inning. And we're into the 8th.
To 2, we've got a new pitcher in the game, and it's J.J. Puts. J.J. 7-5, ERA 2.89, on for the 60th time. When you're at that area where you're getting close to the next number, believe me, you want to keep it below 3. In this ballpark, in a full season, that is a very good year.
Lou Marson, the catcher, will lead it off. He has struck out, popped to short, and then gone out deep to center field. Diaz made a nice play on him. Broken bat. Double clutch. Now he has to hustle, get it over there. 1 pitch, 1 out.
The break there was that ball hit the downside of the mound and actually accelerated to Omar. Marson does have better than average speed for a catcher, but he can't run this one out even with the double clutch. You watch it here, just kind of accelerates to him. That part's good. Gets it over with a step and a half to spare.
So here's Brantley. 1 for 3, a double, a walk, and a couple of runs scored. First pitch strike. And the first 25,000 fans at each game this weekend will receive a BP game card in the sweepstakes on the back of the card to win an autographed White Sox bat and a $500 BP gift card. Eighth inning in Atlanta, 7-2 Philadelphia. And he gone.
Throws a high fastball and gets him to just barely tip the bat.
So here's Asdrubal, 3 for 4 with a couple of runs scored. First pitch strike. 1 2 And that is top foul, so the count very quickly, 0-2. He gone. 1-2-3 inning for JJ. A couple of strikeouts, and we'll go to the bottom of the 8th.
Right off the top, it's Brantley down the line for a double. It's Cabrera right down the line for a double. And it's Chu on a slider for a 2-run homer. 3 batters, 3 hits, 3 runs. And that's basically held up from there. So another Tribe pitcher, and it's Rafael Perez on for the 70th time, a 6-1 record, 3.30 ERA. Good bounce back year for him. Yet you look at the batting average against and you wonder how he's done it. 297 and 303. That's a lot of hits given up for a fairly reasonable ERA.
Top of the order for our guys here in the bottom of the 8th. 7-12-0 for the Indians. 2-5-1 for our Sox. Juan is 0 for 3. Takes first pitch strike. Andy Marte is moving to third, and Jason Nix has moved over to second. There's another strike.
There's a look at Marte, who just enters the game, and Nix, who shifts across the diamond.
And that is just foul. And a reminder, the first 25,000 fans tomorrow and Sunday will receive a Cardinal Fitness game card. So you can stop into a Cardinal Fitness with your game card and get a membership for as low as $10 a month. And there's another chop foul. (9-2) Philly leading Atlanta. Top of the 8th, bases loaded with 2 out.
They've become very big San Francisco Giant fans. They get one thing going for them, and that is that the Giants have got to win one. And assuming that the Giants can win one, especially the first one, take a little something away from those Padres. Then the Braves would have to win just one and wrap up a wild card.
Back through the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. So good speed aboard. 66 stolen bases. But trailing 7-2.
First hit of the night for Juan. Only the 6th of the night for the Sox.
Here's Omar. Omar's 0 for 3. And takes first pitch strike. There's one. A nice turn by Nix right there, and quickly 2 out.
Marte gives Jason Nix a very good throw, and Nix quickly gets it across and makes it look easy. That low throw will get the base runner down in a hurry. And no chance for Juan to break it up.
So here's Mark. He's 1 for 3. That double and a run scored in the first inning. And there's the strike.
Gregory Infante loosening up in the pen. Looks like he'll get an inning of work.
And a count 1-2. Softly hit, and this is going to be a quick inning. We're into the 9th, trailing by 5. Jim Miller and the big guy. Dan Jacobs joined new host Howard Griffith for a complete game breakdown, plus Kip Lewis is live with player and coach's reaction. U.S. Cellular Bears post-game live Sunday after the game right here on Comcast Sportsnet.
And it's Gregory Infante who comes on for the 5th time. Haven't given up anything. He's the 4th of the Sox pitchers tonight.
And here is Shin-Soo Choo. A 2-run homer in the 1st, a single in the 4th. He's 2 for 4. Hitting at 300 to go along with those 22 homers and 90 RBIs. Last year he hit 300 with 20 homers and 86 RBIs. Two 2-0 the count to Choo. Come back and get him. No walks. Gregory.
Castano listening up in the bullpen.
There's a strike. And the count goes full.
Travis Kaffner in the on-deck circle, loosening up.
And he walks. So here's Hafner. He's 1 for 3 with an intentional walk and a couple of runs scored. Takes ball 1. Down and in, and the count evens at 1. And once again, a reminder, tomorrow night, make your plans to be with us here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field. Only 2 games remaining for this season. And it'll be Mark Burley on the bump against Carlos Carrasco. And if you can't make it to the ballpark, that game will be over Comcast Sportsnet. And then in the finale of the season on Sunday, Edwin Jackson against the bullpen for the Tribe. And that game will be over WGN. Chris Sale. Got to throw some strikes, young man. I don't want to wind up the season walking guys and leave a bad taste in Coop and Ozzy's memory. Back-to-back walks.
2 hitters, 2 walks.
Managers can live with Choo hitting a hard single in the right field and Hafner hitting a hard single in the right field. That doesn't bother them that much. When you walk 2 guys, that bothers them. So here's Nix. Jason 1 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. Breaking ball strike. And a count 0-2.
That was a nice pickup by Tyler Flowers on a breaking ball in the dirt.
Go-to pitch. That one high. Two and two. This will be the 16th pitch, and nobody's out. And that's popped up. Infield fly rule is called, and that's out number one. You know, for some reason, I just watching these guys for over 50 years now. I think there's a huge difference in the philosophy of young pitchers coming into the big leagues today versus it was 30, 40, or 50 years ago. 30, 40, 50 years ago, they came in and they didn't anticipate hitters getting themselves out. They got you out. That was their philosophy. Today, you get a lot of guys that try to allow the hitters to get themselves out. And that's when you see 2-0, 3-1, ball four.
Well, I think just the aggressive nature of a lot of pitchers taken away if they came up through amateur ball with the non-wood bat. I mean, that is a whole different philosophy.
The aluminum bat has changed a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, when you start to go after hitters with that bat and know even if you make a good pitch inside, many times it's going to be a base hit, then your philosophy is different.
There's no question. You didn't have the aluminum bat 30, 40, 50 years ago.
No, you didn't.
You got some high school and college coaches, that aluminum bat, telling these guys, hey, you got to pitch low and away, low and away, low and away, low and away.
Well, if you've got...
When in reality, they better learn how to pitch inside with that aluminum bat.
If you've got sensational control, I mean, just Maddox and Glavine type control, you can probably do that. But seeing as there's two of those guys in a whole world of pitchers and a few others who've had very good control over the years, but for the most part, you just can't live out there. If you live out there, either they're going to go out and start taking it to the opposite field, or you're going to walk a whole lot of people.
There are always exceptions to every rule, as you know. There are certain guys who can pitch low and away and win out there. They're not hard throwers. They have a specialty pitch, and they have exceptional control. And they get a lot of breaks from a lot of the umpires.
Well, if you stay in one spot, I mean, if they get convinced that you can throw the ball out there, it's just natural that they give you a little bit more as the game moves along.
The guys who throw the ball out away are generally going to get killed. They're going to get their brains beat in. He's 3-2 on this. Trevor Crowe is 2 for 4 with a couple of RBIs. Seven, 12-0 for the Indians. They scored 3 in the first, 3 in the third. We scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second. He's added another one in the seventh. Payoff pitch. He gone. Helped him out.
Fortunately, Crow expanded that strike zone and went on a fastball way out of the zone, down on strikes.
So here's Laporta. That's softly hit and to left field, so he's going to walk the first 2 and then pitch his way out of it. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. We need 5 to tie.
Heading into the bottom of the 9th inning is Vinny Pistano. On for the 4th time. One save opportunity. He was successful. Opponent's just 1 for 9. That's pretty good. Got a sinker and a slider. Both look pretty effective.
Seven to 2 bad guys. First of the 3-game set. The final series of the season. Sox coming off that nice 4-game series against Boston where they lost game 1, came back, and won the next 3. So the Sox stand in jeopardy of going to 86 and 74. But right here, the tank, Viciedo, 2 for 3 with an RBI, will lead it off. Looking for it, got it underneath it, and fouls it back. Bottom of the 9th at Target Field, 6-3 Toronto. Phillies just thumping the Braves 11-2. Phillies got themselves some kind of good ball club.
Well, imagine that threesome. Whether you lead off with Halladay or not, you figure Halladay, Hamels, and Oswalt.
It's going to be Halladay, Oswalt, and Hamels.
For your 3 starting pitchers?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well, it's the best, most dominant 3 of any team.
Yep. And that lineup to go with it?
In postseason.
Yeah. They're strong. And they got stronger as the year went along. And Ruben Amaro Jr. did a great job jamming that team and getting them just exactly what they needed to keep getting stronger during the course of the year.
Did a terrific job.
Yes, sir.
Three-one pitch to the tank. And it's full.
He came very close to picking up his second walk. There it is.
There it is.
Have to give him the game ball.
And it'll bring up Kotsay. Mark, a double in the first. He's 1 for 3.
Joey Cora giving him the fist bump. Yes, his second walk.
And the Yankees postponed at Fenway. Doubleheader tomorrow. There's ball one. Don't help him out. Kansas City shuts out Tampa Bay 7-0.
It's not really a break for the Yankees. If you had your choice, you wouldn't want to see that one turn into a doubleheader.
That ball hammered into left field. Get over his head. Nope. Nice play right there by Trevor Crowe. So that is out number one. Trevor went after that one like he knows what he's doing out there.
Well, he's got tremendous speed. And he can play some center field. Now they're asking him to play left field. He tracks this one down very well.
Yes, he did. So here's Tyler. Tyler 0 for 2 with a base on balls. Yeah, the last thing you want is a doubleheader next to the last day of the season.
Well, especially when it means everything to you.
And especially when it means that you're liable to get rained out the next day.
Then it carries you over to Monday.
Yes.
Look, if the Yankees, for whatever reason, do not get a chance to use CC Sabathia in that first game, then all bets are off as far as their first round 5-game series is concerned.
No. 1-2 the count. Texas got something they don't want either. Extra innings down at Arlington tied with the Angels at 4.
In a big game for them. I mean, Zippo.
I know. Well, this is why you had the call-up. September call-up.
Just keep running those guys out of the pen.
There you go. Our Chuck, the Big Hurt, and Bill getting ready to do the post-game show in the house.
They look psyched up.
They're ready. They're sitting on point.
Oh, yeah.
That's foul back, so the count hangs full at 3-2. All 4 base hits, Tyler. Get yourself a knock, buddy. He's 0 for 8 since being called up. Breaking ball. Misses, so he walks his second man. That's not going to endear him to Manny Acta coming here with a 5-run lead.
No, or Tim Belcher. Knowing that if Tyler Flowers hits it onto the Dan Ryan, you still got a 3-run lead.
There's Tim Belcher, former Sox right-hander. If 2 guys were going to get on base against Tim in a 7-2 lead if he came in, it was because they're going to get hit. Brent, 1 for 3, picked up his 3rd homer, leading off the 2nd inning. First pitch he had ever seen from Fausto Carmona. Fastball, running in on him. He just turned, burned, and killed him. Lays off that one, and the count evens at 1.
Chris Perez, the closer. Maniac that doesn't want to get too careless here in the 9th inning.
And the count 1-2. Well, as I mentioned, they're on a 6-game winning streak coming in here, and they would just absolutely, well, they're going to finish up strong as it is anyway, but they would just like to run the table. Hear nothing but good things about Manny Actor.
Terrific guy. And he realized the situation he was in when he took over the Washington Nationals. He knew it was going to be very difficult, that they weren't going to spend a lot of money, that they were going to try to build from within, and if you do that, it takes some time to put together a decent team. He knew all that going in. He handled it with a lot of class. It's one of the reasons why he got the job he did in his 2nd Major League job, and why they believe he'll do a good job with this ball club.
Well, he knew what he was walking into here. These guys got a long way to go. As that's out number 2. And here comes De Aza. De Aza 0 for 3 tonight. He's due. Cleveland's got a long way to go to get back in contention in this division.
Yeah, I would think so.
A long way.
And not a tremendous fandom showing up at the ballpark in which to use revenues to build that team. Average 17,000 a game. That's not going to feed the Bulldog. So you better never whiff on a draft choice.
Back to the middle base hit. That a boy. Alejandro, well, the tank will score. And now it becomes a little interesting. Well, you walk 2 guys with a 5-run lead, you ought to get scored on.
His sinker away, right by the glove of Pisano. Looks like about the biggest hit of the game to me.
All right, Professor.
Well, he's played a great defensive game. Now he gets a base hit to keep it alive.
I got a little fiddle over here you can have if you want.
Probably not going to win this one, huh?
The crew has got this one locked up.
Now, fortunately, it all comes down to tomorrow night. It's going to be a tough one and a tense one.
Yeah.
Because of that new rule.
Winner gets 13 points.
No, the winner gets 20 points tomorrow night.
There's a breaking
points.
ball to Lillibridge. He's got the hat trick. He'd like to get on the board himself here. Struck out in the 2nd, 4th, and 7th. Two on, 2 out. A 7-3 Cleveland lead. Brent really been pulling off the ball tonight. Most we have seen him really all season long.
I mean, he swung the bat fairly decent most of the year. Tonight it looks like he's swinging at the invisible ball.
Yeah, it's hard to hit it when you're losing out there about 7 or 8 feet in front of home plate. He's about a 52, 53-foot hitter tonight. Two and 2. Toronto has defeated Minnesota 6-3. Romero the winner. Crane the loser. For Romero, that's his 14th victory. And this ball game is over. So the Sox lose the first one to Cleveland as the Indians extend their winning streak to 7 games. And not too much to say about this one except Brent Morrell, that homer, and some terrific defense down there at third base, Tony.
I think Brent Morrell was the star of the game tonight. He did just about everything right. Unfortunately, the Indians jumped out to that early lead, and Tony Pena just didn't have it. And Tribe doing what they've done all year to us, making it real tough to beat them.
All right, our GMC player of the game indeed is Brent Morrell. That homer and several fine defensive plays. Outstanding, as a matter of fact, at third base. So for my partner, Steve Stone, our director, Jim Angier, our producer, Mike Leary, our associate producer, Dave Ross, our technical manager, Mark Harper, the executive producer, Jim Corno Jr., also the man who runs the booth, the mayor, Mean Joe Groove, and up here in the booth with us, Mike Mayer, Frank D'Amato, and Jeff Hilbert. This is a Hawk. So long, everybody.